And we are back to Let's Start a Band podcast. I'm Josh Robinson, and today with us, we've got someone who's done something most artists spend their entire careers chasing. He's built a fan base so loyal they'd run through brick walls for him. Buzzkill Joy isn't in the mainstream yet, but he's got fans that show up for everything, and that is so key when you're an independent musician. And I want to know today how the hell you've built that kind of loyalty, and this conversation should help the artists out there. Before we dive in, I need to know, how does it feel to have fans that loyal?
It's first of all, how are you doing, Josh? Oh yeah, nice buzz to be on the podcast. Fucking buzz for it. Um, it's actually mental. To be fair, it's like the best part so far of being a little grassroots, artist. I didn't realize quite how like rare it is. Until like you get a lot of bands on Insta who'll be like, "We're looking for support acts. Get tagging your favorite band in the comments." So I'll just put on my story, fam. You know what to do. Or I'll go in my little group chat and be like, "Fam, spam it. I want more spam than a fucking fritter." And they can just go mental. And then the band will, like, literally last week, I did this with the band, and they messaged me and were like, "Yo, your fans are fucking mental." And I'm like, "Yeah, because it's a community. It's proper. It's real. We have a group chat. We fucking they post stories or reshare them. I used to reply to DMs, but there's too many now. Um, and it's an actual real authentic community. It's not just a me and a load of fucking like followers. It's an us. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's real.
Mate, people feel part of your journey and they feel like they really know you. And like when we last did that interview, we had the drone shots and everything going on. It's even come on since then. I want you to say back to the beginning. When did you first realize you weren't just making music for people who casually liked your stuff, but for people who were genuinely invested?
Uh, well, to be fair, I gotta say it was never like some like huge like I don't know the word. I didn't plan like, oh my god, I have to have this like insanely diehard like community. I just did what I thought was natural at the time, which was just being very authentically personable, speaking out on shit that I didn't like, out in my own like story. Because for listeners that don't know, I went on like a huge personal journey, identity crisis thing. It used to be really right wing, Tory, transphobic, really bad fucking things. Um, and had a huge like 180 and became progressive. So owning that fucking story and not trying to hide it, just authenticity, I think. And music. I'm going to be a bit biased, but music that fucking slaps and like has a genuine message, not just like an air of protest, punk, but it's like actually specifically naming things, like in the real world that people that can identify with, and then it just naturally it naturally spawns from there. What was it? Your vibe attracts your tribe. Samantha, someone in my community, gave me that one when I met them. Yeah, yeah, your vibe attracts your vibe, and it's just so true. If you just focus on being real and authentic, the rest will take care for itself. And engagement, to be fair, I pretty much engaged with everybody that messaged me or commented or tagged me in a story, and it's just
But,
self
but
building.
Samantha sounds smart. I need some life advice off her.
She's from Canada. She's amazing. Samantha Edwards, big shout out. She's in my community. She's an icon. But somehow I know most of them by name. It's getting a bit difficult now as it's growing a little bit. But yeah, it's just fun.
These fans that have come obsessed, they really support you. What's the craziest thing a fan's ever done to support you?
It's something that they're about to do, but one of them is moving to the UK from America because of us and our community and the friends that they've made that they feel that they kind of have something to move to now. So
Music is so fucking powerful, isn't it? Oh my God.
when it's done right as well, I think yeah, if it's purposely like constructed to hold a pretty fucking strong meaning and quite a lot of weight to it, it can move people quite literally from from the US to the UK.
That
It is actually quite shocking how influential music can be. Even though like I'm tiny, I'm like a fucking tiny grassroots artist, and it's having like such a personal effect one on one between me and one other person and people, and it's just fucking surreal. Never could never like plan it. Do you know what I mean? It's actually like I'm so grateful. It's fucking sick. It's amazing.
This is real life for you now, Buzzkill Joy. This is it. This is what happens. I mean,
Let's not get that. I'm no fucking like Benson Boone. You know, we're still really tiny, but I'm just great. It's just because I see artists that have like hundreds of thousands of followers and they might have fucking tens of millions of streams or whatever, but their community or fan base is just dead. They're all passive. They're all like, yeah, I don't mind them. Whereas I'm like tiny in followership and listenership, but it's like fucking, it makes the noise of artists like 1,000 times the size. And that's just priceless. You can't buy that shit. I can really get head off that, Jesus.
see, it's incredible to see, mate. But like you like you said, you're so authentic, and that comes across in your infectious energy, your purpose, your message, the way you dress. I know you're a massive Yungblud fan. You take inspirations from bands like Green Day. What influences have they had over you?
Um, Green Day was more of a subconscious one. Green Day's the first band I like ever saw. Like, I was like a proper like just Green Day. I mean like an extremist. It was like not Blink 182, not some 41. I listened to nobody apart from Green Day from the age of about fucking 10 till like 14, 15, and all the posters and mugs and CDs and everything. And I think subconsciously that planted like a wow, that's really fucking cool. When I saw Billy Joe Armstrong at fucking Emirates Stadium, it's like I didn't actively think I want to do that. I have to confess, but I think subconsciously it planted some fucking something. I had a memory, like a recollection the other day. I used to on my iPod. That'll show my age a little bit. Um, I used to play Bullet in a Bible, which was Green Day's live at Milton Keynes Bowl thing.
Mm.
And he used to like mouth the words and pretend to be like talking to an audience. He was like, England, and then he like the crowd and everything. I used to like pretend like talking to my ceiling, pretend to do it, and I forgot about that until recently. So I think Green Day subconsciously planted all of this music seed. Um, but then I got dragged off by right wing politics, as you do. Um,
And come back around.
exactly, and I owe that mostly to that's what I owe mostly to Yungblud. That was more of a conscious thing where it's like he gripped me by the fucking head, ripped my brain out, and put like a fucking new one in. It changed my entire mindset and framing of the world and how I view people, expression, sexuality, gender, all these different things. So I owe him a lot personally, not even just musically. It literally changed who I am. Another two like huge inspirations. My Chemical Romance as well a little bit, but they came a couple of years ago. So yeah, Green Day planted the seed, Yungblud watered it.
Amazing. Have you ever met Yungblud?
Yeah, a few times. I'd be like half an hour conversation with him. It's fucking sick.
And what did you talk about?
The fact that I'm from Scunthorpe and he's from Doncaster was the it. Because you know one of them like never meet your idols thing. I was in a pub in Camden with my cousin. She was down for the weekend. Shit out, Caitlin. And I was just going for a piss in the Good Mixer pub. Right? And there's like a pool table, the bar, and then a little walkway. And there's someone in the way with the back to me. And I was like, excuse me, can you just get past? Let's happen with shoulder. He's turning around. It was Yungblud. And I'm like, no, fuck you. This is impossible. I literally did like the whole like mega fan thing, which like, I promise you, I'm not like mental. I don't freak out like this over anyone, but like, you don't understand like the influence you've had. And I told him the whole story that I used to be with Dead Right Wing and used to work in Parliament, quit because I discovered you, and I'm now a protest artist. Showed him a bit of my music. He liked it. Gave him my card and stuff. I bought him a drink. And we just chilled and chatted. He showed me at that point he hadn't brought out his Idols album and everything, and he was showing me videos of him recording with the orchestra and shit.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm from Scunny. He's from Donny. He's like, no fucking way. Yeah, just a vibe.
He seems like a genuine person. I feel like some artists put this front on where he just seems like a lovely northern lad who's chatty, wants to talk. Is that kind of the impression you got speaking with your idol?
Oh, 1,000,000,000%. Quite fucking. To be fair, this is a thing I've always worried about, actually, to be fair. I don't know if you know Justin Hawkins from The Darkness. He has this series called Justin Hawkins Rides Again. This has a point, by the way. I'm bringing it back to your question. And he like basically like on YouTube, it's like a channel, and so he gives his opinions on music and stuff. A few years ago, he did it live, and I went to it. And it's very audience participation kind of fucking thing. So before the show, you get sent loads of questions and you can ask it and you can answer them. And one of the questions was, have you ever met a celebrity or an idol and got an interesting story about it? And he read my answer out because I put no, I haven't, but I don't want to. I want to keep them as like this godlike figure.
Mm.
Me over here, them in the gods of like the Music Hall of Fame on stage, just this like above human spiritual fucking being. And I think if I ever met my idols, it would kind of just obliterate that a little bit.
Mm.
And that did kind of happen a little bit where it was like, it was so normal and down to earth. It was like, shit, yeah, he's just fucking guy from Donny. Which is
They're just a human being. They're just a human being.
which is good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good to be reminded that they aren't actually gods and that anyone can do it. But it was nice to have because I don't have like stardom. Like I don't get affected by celebs and shit usually. Like when I used to work in Parliament, they'd be like Boris Johnson having his dinner next to me, and I'm just like fucking whatever. Like I'm just not bothered by like fame or anything. But it's because he had such a personal influence. I'd worried that if I met him, it would kill the aura a little bit, and he probably did. And it's like desensitized me to it. Like I've met him a few times since. So it's a shame that he's lost that kind of like godlike status, but still, hey, it's fucking cool.
Mate, I think that's a beautiful thing, though. I think that's just you're two human beings, and you're both musicians, and I think it's a really positive thing, actually. I want to touch upon about how you communicate with your fans. You've got an amazing Discord, Buzz and the Bees. People are really proud to be part of it. What do you give them there that they can't access elsewhere? Is it exclusive content, early access, insider moments? Talk to me about that a little bit.
Oh, it's just whims. It's sometimes too personal. I think in January I sent a drunk video in there and forgot I even sent it. But it's like yeah, what it came from was I think it was well, sure 2 years ago now. I replied to every DM I ever got, basically. But then it reached a point where it was like I'm spending fucking 6-7 hours a day messaging people on Instagram and stuff, and it was getting too much. I just couldn't keep up with it. So I'll put on my story. I'm gonna make a group chat so we can all still stay in touch. So I ain't got time to message everyone one on one. And then it's just expanded to it's probably like 70, 80 people now. And so it's just informal chat. I'll just dip in and be like last night I was bitching to them about the neighbour above, just fucking like, fam, I've just called the police. Do you understand what's going on? People just vibe out and stuff in there. And yeah, I have put like voice notes in there, little bits early and stuff. I've put a lot of that in my channel now, though. I've also started an artist channel, on Instagram. So I put a lot of stuff in there. Like I just like gave the date of a gig early in there on the 28th of March. Put it in the chat and stuff. So it's like well, we're not like friends because that's a bit of an overstep in the relationship, but it's as close to it as you can get. It's as personal as you can get.
There's definitely love between you and them and you, and it's a very beautiful thing. And but when I first met you, many moons ago, I remember speaking with you, and you wouldn't even believe this is possible at that point. Now it's happening. It's incredible, and I know there'll be a lot of musicians listening to this. So if I was an artist, I had 100 Instagram followers, 5 people who actually cared. What's the first thing I should do to turn those 5 people into super fans? Because you've done it.
Whoa. See, I don't actually know. Jesus. Well, some of the things were strokes of luck. To be fair, like I just what if I'm being like honest? What really kickstarted it was I said I've been a fan of Yungblud for a long time, and so I've been in these like Facebook groups for about 5 years before this Buzzkill Joy was even a thing. I remember when I put out a song called Faux Britannia at the start of last year. I shared it in this group and Lucy said, "Look, Yungblud's a big inspire of mine. You guys might like this if you like his stuff." And then someone else in that group shared it and put, "What the fuck? Look at this like imitator, this copier of Dom, which is Yungblud's name. What a fucking fake, all this kind of shit." And then the rest of this Yungblud community fucking piled on this person. There was about 400 comments and was like, "Do you know what? You've put me onto their music. I actually really like it. And I'm dropping them a follow." And I got about fucking 400 fucking followers in a week from this group. And then ever since then, I kind of used that momentum Started posting TikToks, doing like promo videos. Bro, another song just after I was in a competition to win a record deal. So like I basically it all fell really well. So that initial spark kind of launched me a little bit, and then I had loads of shit to throw on the fire that came shortly after it. Um, and the constant engagement, replying to every DM, every comment, and it just keeps them in the community because they feel fucking seen and appreciated because they are because I wouldn't be anything without them. So if I'm honest, it all spawned from an act of hate, and it all and the outweighing of love, fucking just supercharged it. And I also used to, this is quite bad, but like I used to go on like the comments of artists that I liked, like Yungblud, Green Day, MGK, Avril Lavigne, and I'd go in their comments and just like every comment. Those people would then see, oh shit, someone's liked my comment. Who's that? Look at the profile, and then they'd be, even if like 1% follow. Hey, if you'd like to
Yeah.
1,000 comments, that's a decent amount of followers.
But mate, you know, you sit, people will sit there and listen to that. It is a numbers game, and sometimes the right person clicking on the right profile, you're fans of their music, they're fans of yours. It's genius, really. Well, what do you think is the biggest misconception people like get wrong about starting out as a musician? What advice would you want to tell yourself back when you were starting out?
Oh, so starting out, I'd say like fucking lock in or give up before you started. You know, it should take a lot longer than you thought. The biggest misconception, honestly, like being deadly truthful, is that I planned for a good 2 or 3 years to make sure I had this big fucking reveal. No one knew I was cooking up this identity and this music, and it was like this big thing, like surprise friends and family. I'm doing this music thing. I've got the music ready. It's out in a month. Music video coming after that. And I thought that just shock factor. And if the song was really good, and if the music video was really good, it would just take care of itself. Just
Mm.
the spread of the word of mouth would just carry me, and I'd become like a fucking Billie Eilish. And next day, Grammy. Do you know what I mean? That was so fucking far from true. It's actually depressing. I That this Faux Britannia song was on about, I put out that last year. That was my 11th release. I initially did an EP of 5 songs, 4 music videos, great music videos. Over the span of about a year, it cost thousands of thousands. And at the end of that, I maybe had like fucking 500 followers, and it was still only like my mum and nan commenting on shit. Like, oh, it's great, Addison, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, thanks, but why is everybody else the
I
fuck?
need fans. I need strangers. It's lighting.
Exactly. I soon realised that marketing it is part and parcel with it. It's kind of like essential now rather than like a choice. Sure,
You've got to find people that genuinely love your music, and everyone spends all their time scrolling. I mean, it's as simple as that, really.
exactly. So I only got into the social media game properly with that Faux Britannia song I released last year.
Yeah.
Because I get a vicious side, like a catch-22 thing. I was like so unmotivated to make social media shit because I was putting stuff out to an empty room, an empty world. Now I have this existing pool of people. I'm motivated to make shit now because I know I'm going to get at least a few dozen comments of them just fucking spouting pure love and fucking support. So I've got like a incentive to now do it. Like I feel like I get rewarded every time I post something like with love and attention and stuff. Um, how selfish and that sound like I give the attention. But you know what I mean? Like I get a reaction from stuff that I put out. Whereas in the early days, it's one of the things where you don't know how fucking tough it was until you threw it and look back.
Yeah.
I don't know how I carried on for about 2 years when everything I put out, it was like tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Like oh, it's release night and midnight comes and it's like, oh my god, I got like 3 streams, and then like it's just like
It's so tough, isn't it? Like, it, I think a lot of artists get really, really disheartened at that moment, and I think everyone goes through that. Even though your favorite artists ever, like Green Day, were playing basements for years before arenas, you know, and they would have gone through similar stuff. Try and see it as liberating, like in the sense that, oh, no one cares about my music. Go, oh, no one cares about my music. I'm starting from here. The world's my oyster. It's only going to go up at this point. You've got real freedom at that point to express yourself. Buzzkill, you've had Krang Radio, you've played Stadium, you've had BBC introducing. When did you realize you've built something special? Like, I want to know the exact moment.
uh, Wow. Yeah, it's weird, and it's one of them things where it's just like there's nothing and then everything, and it's trying to pinpoint when it became something. But pretty early on, I knew it was something a bit not blowing smoke up my own ass, but like a bit unique because it's like I wasn't just getting like fans, I was getting like people like obsessed with like it's like messaging and fan accounts and fucking all this kind of shit really early on. Just like that's not particularly normal. So there's got to be something at the heart of this that's kind of got some fucking substance to it. But the exact moment, maybe I don't know. It's maybe it wasn't the exact moment, but it's the exact moment I saw it in sort of real life was when I did a BBC gig in Hull last September, and I had pretty much for the first time, actually not the first time, but like the largest example of people travelling really far to see me, like from London, Edinburgh, Nottingham, Sheffield. Even though I'm still so small, the pull factor that we had and have just at this small level was like, fuck, that's pretty mad. When I'm doing like a sound check about 3 hours before doors open, and it's like I'm on the second floor, and I look out and there's like 9 people with pink bandages on. Oh my god, I haven't put them on. I actually forgot. Shit. Usually, I'm fraud. I've been caught. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I usually wear pink bandages. Anyway, yeah, and they all had them on outside, and they're all waiting, and I'm like, I wasn't even headlining, and it was like, even the radio host got the BBC guy was like, "Fucking hell, your lot have turned up outside," and I'm like, "Yeah." Like that was like a little mini version of I've made it moment. It's
But
like
the
what?
the the one for me, looking from an outsider, was that stadium show, mate. Seeing you on that big stage, big screens, the energy, like the performance that you put on, like you looked just in the zone. You looked like the energy was flowing through. From an outsider point of view, that seemed like a massive moment. But was it for you, or do you think no, this BBC moment, the fans traveling, is more important?
Yeah, not to do down. In fact, cool to play at a stadium. I mean, it's not exactly. It wasn't exactly like fucking the Etihad Stadium. It was Scunthorpe United Football Club, my home
So we love the Scunthorpe, the Scunthorpe.
guy. But what the thing is, like, it was cool, but it didn't take much to get there. I got that just from when they announced the festival. I just put a comment saying I'm from the local area, be sick to play it, and it led me to playing it. So it felt like it didn't take. I didn't go through hurdles to get there. Whereas it kind of that was just kind of luck that the organizer saw it. Whereas something like the BBC thing is like I've been uploading to them for about 4 years. I had dozens of radio play, then like an interview, and then a session, and then they offer you a gig. It felt like an achievement, like it had been building up to that. So it felt like a more of a payoff.
Yeah.
Whereas that stadium thing is just like kind of luck, to be honest.
Yeah.
I could like loads of credit. Yeah, like yeah, God, it was like the one that commented. Like I didn't like have some special fucking in. Um. So yeah, different things have different values based on how hard you work for them. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the BBC thing was cooler. To be fair, like if I'm being honest.
No, mate, 100%. In 5 years, where do you want to be? If you were going to be like really ambitious here, reveal kind of your plan of action, like genuinely, where do you want to be in 5 years? Because I wouldn't put anything past you right now. I think the sky's the limit.
Stop. Uh, just to be a hopefully touring musician that can afford to make music and music videos at the level that I want without having to worry about shit, that song's gonna cost X amount. Oh god, I don't know if I'd be able to make that, or choosing between another song or a music video. Like I'd love to have basically creative agency where I can afford to tour and have a big enough community across the country to tour. Um, and to make music reliably. Because I've got about fucking 8 albums written, fleshed out, and ready.
Wow.
I just have the fucking speed. So I'm going through it like step by step, piece by piece. And I've got all this shit waiting. And like the one perk of having all the stuff written before you sort of release it is it can kind of reorder it in a way that suits a release, like a line of release better compared to if you're writing it chronologically. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if I wrote some really like big rock opera song right now, but then the next one's like a little pop rap song, feel a bit disjointed. Whereas because I've written it all over about 3-4 years, I've piled them all together in like concepts and albums, so I can release them in kind of units. Do you know what I mean? That feel cohesive. I think I'm getting too like with that, but I hope you know what I mean. But
For me, someone watching this, it takes one opportunity, one person to see you live, one person to hear this that can go boom and give you that investment to take it up, mate. So
hit me
what?
number on the screen now.
I'm putting that out there in existence. What's coming up in 2026? What can your fans get excited for? Do you have any exclusives for me?
Oh, go on then. Just this huge job. I've just been in the studio with a new producer called John Cass, fucking legend. And we've got on like a fucking house on fucking fire. So I've got new songs made, almost finished. I'll let you go in there tomorrow to do the last little pieces. Um, and then the next one is probably going to be out if we can do it in time, either the end of April or most likely the start of May. And it's going to be, look, I don't want to fucking blow smoke, right? I don't toot me own fucking horn. But I think if this song doesn't make waves, I don't know what the fuck I can do at this point. Because it is a really, 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 really like meaningful song. It's like
Do we have a name for the song?
oh god, basically. Yeah, it's called Paper Planes, and it's on a serious note. It's about sexual assault victims and how the justice system lets them down. Loads of people obviously talk about the actual act and the scourge of people being sexually assaulted, obviously. But it's a lot rarer to hear about how they're then failed again by the justice system. We could be there to pick up the pieces and help them after that's already something awful that's already happened. And it's this notion, which is a line in the song, that the left for dead and then left again. And the justice system just lets them down. That comes from a different lyric in that Fair Britannia song. So there's a 1% conviction of rape because it's like an estimate, so I can't say with certainty. But there's estimates that it's like less than 1% of reported rape and sexual assault ends in conviction, and it's fucking. I don't think the average person understands that and grasps how fucking few people are brought to justice for it. So it's really
And music is so powerful to get people to start talking about it and make change. Put this in places it needs to be. Music can be such a driver for that, can't it?
exactly. And why I put a lot of own songs. It takes me ages to write songs, to be honest. Is that like I love bear with me, I'll just explain a little thing that I've sort of like realized that in like protest music, you have like two very distinct camps, like really distinct. On one side, it's artists that are lyrical fucking masterminds. They are just like poets. I'm thinking like Ren, Bob Vylan, Kneecap, Sophia Isella, fucking I can't think of all the people off the top of my head now. People that are just absolute storytellers. Their lyrics are just fucking like mind blowing. Seb Lowe was another one. But in my opinion, the music is just shit. Like I can't lie, I feel like they're just not good songs. Your mum isn't gonna stick on a Bob Vylan song. But on the other hand, you have people like Green Day, my idols. None of these are insults, by the way. Like these are just how people view music. On the other side, where it's like banging tunes, they have hooks and they're catchy, and you can imagine your mum playing American Idiot, but the political message is diluted a little bit to make it so palatable. It's kind of like more of a generic form of like, oh, rebellion, revolution, protest, but without actually putting the finger on a specific topic and saying this is wrong.
Yeah.
In the middle is so hard to get into because you want it palatable enough to kind of reach a wider mainstream audience to get your message greater permeation, but you also don't want to dilute and become like a shitty pop artist and it's like Trojan horsing a really strong political message on the back of quite a catchy pop tune, and that's why I love Yungblud, because like mum likes Yungblud, and it's like, but have you heard? Like my mum is singing the song "Parents," and I'm like, it's about fucking parents. She's like, it's a bop, it's catchy, and so often I think people lean too heavily in one direction, of this is going to be a visceral political song, but they make it so viscerally political that no one's going to listen to it apart from people that are already viscerally political, and it's like. Do you know what I mean?
I've never genuinely, mate, in 10 years of doing this, I've never thought about that. And you're absolutely spot on. And it's important. It's almost like a creative art. It's a real craft to be able to get both sides in, isn't it?
Really tough. Like it is.
Yeah.
It takes me to write a fucking song. Honestly, because I want to be like, I want these lyrics to fucking speak on a level of a Bob Dylan, a Sophia Zella, a Rem. But I
Right.
also want it to be a really good, strong songwriting, catchy tune, mix the genre, hooks, melody. It's hooks and melody. I think there's like a epidemic of a lack of like hooks and melody. It's all about like vibe and sort of the production and the message, which are all great things. But a song to me, I might be too absolutist. A song is a fucking melody. It's a hook. It's catchiness. It's like something that you want to play because it's a good song. And I think because that's the hardest bit to get in music, is a melody because it's the thing that relies most on that just random spark from God. The rest of it you can kind of grind away at. You can Google chords. You can use synonyms when you're writing lyrics. The melody is like it's 100% from you, like it's just that pure inspiration. So it takes a long time. So that's why, like this to bring it back around, this Paper Plane song that's coming out, it's catchy as fuck. It's such a fucking bop, but it has this such pointed, direct, dark meaning, and it's
Mm.
like reinforcing a really political message.
How many people have heard it? Obviously, it's not out yet, but how many human beings have heard it so far?
Um, maybe like probably like five. You make two people cry, so that's already a good start. Uh,
Well, no, but it is. It's powerful.
yeah, it is like I don't blame my fucking air horn, but it's fucking. I got shivers like listening to it the first time, and I will say I can't reveal all right, but there's a fucking really big surprise on it as well. There is a really big surprise. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but there's just a really big surprise with it. Um, and the other thing with it, if I'm waffling too much, by the way, just fucking stop me. But I've got a music video plan for it. Which if it's deliverable, oh, I think I mentioned this actually in the interview we did. Because I remember saying like if it's even legal, like because I don't actually know because it pertains to sexual assault. So I don't know. Yeah, I just need to check that it's all watertight. But if that music video can get made in the way that I want it to, it could be one of the most impactful music videos ever. Like I don't want to sound like fucking like a knobhead, but it's just so brutally raw and stripped back and truthful. So basically, what I basically, I'm using my fucking guys review. I basically want to get genuine real life survivors of sexual assault, especially people that have never told a soul, never reported it, and get them onto this music video and basically allow them to reveal as much or as little as they want. If they want to give their name, fair enough. If they want to give how old they are, fair enough. If they want to blur their face, fair enough. And at the end of it, the whole idea should be that everyone in this video should be completely comfortable saying what they've been through, who they are, and they aren't because of stigma, because they know probably nothing will happen, because of worry that whoever they report against, well, nothing will happen to them, but they'll get repercussions for it. As in, like whoever the criminal was knows they just got reported by this person because like, it spawns from like almost every friend I know, female but also male, has been SA'd at some point in their life, and it's like a fucking epidemic hidden in plain sight, and it's just
And it needs to be spoken about, like, because there are serious letdowns in the system at the moment, as you've mentioned. And like I said, music's such a powerful driver, and music's about moments. If that gets over the line and people back it, like it could be very powerful, mate. And I think like it's so important you coming out and talking about this message. And yeah, it's definitely a big release coming in 2026, and hopefully a big year for yourself, mate, as well.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Really cool to get to grow on the back of like an actual message that doesn't just benefit me, hopefully can spread and cause somebody else, other people
To feel, to be part of, and yeah, 100%,
I
100%.
mean, the like dream of this song that's coming out would be even if one person gets the confidence to report somebody that sexually assaulted them, or even tell somebody that they've been assaulted. Um, that'd be mental. Because even though for all the failings of the police and justice system, I don't think they're bad people. They're clearly injustice for a reason. but so much of it is because the sheer amount of evidence, the bank of evidence, and the case that needs to be built against somebody before they actually get arrested, convicted, is like fucking huge. Unless anything short of pretty much like a fucking video evidence of it, it's not really going to go anywhere. So people need to report what's been happening so the police can start building up a case to eventually arrest these people. So yeah, if you get even one person to speak out, then fucking job done. That's amazing.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Buzzkill Joy, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on Let's Start a Band podcast. I think that a lot of eyes listening to this might say, I only have 10 real fans. It's 10 more than most people have. And you start there, you build from there. Those 10 people, that might be a career for you in the future. Keep them, treat them well. Buzzkill, this is one of the best conversations I've had. Thank you for being so honest, so real, for showing people what's actually possible when building right. If you're one of our fantastic listeners each week, go follow Buzzkill Joy, listen to his fantastic music, go to his show, experience what we've been talking about firsthand. It's been absolutely phenomenal, and I hope you've got a lot of value from this episode. Send it to an artist or person that needs to hear this story. Tag them, let us know, and if you want more of Let's Start a Band podcast, make sure you follow along. I've been Josh Robinson. This has been Buzzkill Joy. Mate, what do you say for everyone listening?
10 real fans is better than 1,000 fake fans.
Love you, mate. I'll see you soon.
Cheers, Josh, legend.